Good morning, everybody. Joe Chacho here. First of all, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy and safe and enjoyable New Year's. This will be our last call for the year. Our first one will be next year, January 6th. So today we're going to talk about some suggestive selling for you to kind of stimulate your mind over the holidays on what you can do to start doing some different things. But Heather, you ready? I've got Heather coming on now because we've been doing something. Matter of fact, I can take just a little bit of credit for this here. Heather's been doing a lot of this here. She's been cranking it with Jay to get something going. So I want her to personally let you guys know what they've done for you to make your job out there on the streets a lot easier. So I'm going to turn it over to Heather, then we'll finish the call up.
Well, thanks, Jeff. So, we figured out over the years how to really solve the issue that every agent has, which is how can we access everything we need while we're out in the field or when we're at McDonald's getting coffee, all throughout the day and all those times that you're out there talking to people, trying to make some money, and you go, oh gosh, I need the rate guide, or oh, you know what, I think I need to look and see if that's changed with this company or something along those lines. So rest assured, we have solved the problem, everyone. Starting January 1st, okay, January 1, 2020, you are going to be able to have an app downloaded onto your phone from the App Store. Whether you have an Android or an iPhone, we've got you both covered. So there's be no excuses why you can't download this app. It's going to be free for you to download. And when you get inside, you are going to be able to unlock all the great features like each carrier we're going to have, and we have all of our carriers on there. You're going to be able to quickly get a point of sale phone number. You're going to be able to actually dial it directly from the app. So you don't even need to fiddle with finding a pen or a pencil to write something down. You're actually going to be able to push it, click, boom. You're going to be on the phone with an underwriter just like that. We've got it connecting straight to the office. So there's times where you're in the client's home and you need to talk to Joe. Don't even fiddle with your address book. You need to plug into this app. Boom. We're going to be right there at the other end, just with your fingertips. So it's really exciting. I'm really excited. I'm constantly running back and forth in the office going, look. So there's going to be a lot of that in 2020, a lot of look. You're going to be able to access the client eligibility questionnaire right in front of someone. So let's say you're poking around and someone has expressed some interest and you're going, oh my gosh, well, this is for the newer agents, of course. Oh my gosh, they want to buy and I don't know the questions to ask. Boom, it's a guided session literally by swiping your fingers. Let me say that again, just by swiping your fingers. So a couple swipes is going to get you a long way in 2020. As Jack said, we're keeping it specific to be terrific. So this year we're going to swipe with our fingertips. It's going to save you guys a lot of hassle and a lot of work, and it's going to be like final expense on steroids. It's going to be amazing. So some other great features are training. You're going to be able to pull up any of these workshop calls on your phone. You're going to be able to, oh, what did Joe say? I liked what he said the other day. Let me go back while you're in your car waiting for your next appointment. You'll be able to review these things on the fly right there when you want at your, fingertips. So couple other things that are going to be in that app. You're going to be able to see any carrier updates. We're going to have a little news section there. So if you're going, oh, I remember Joe said there was a change. I don't have time to go to the video. Let me just go to the news section. All right, so we've got you covered pretty much every way you could imagine. And we look forward to more and more things that we can do with this app. But it's very exciting. I know Joe was really happy. He wanted this to be announced. And Joe, what do you think? Did I cover everything?
I know that you and I gone over it yesterday, and everything was absolutely fantastic on it. Call me back. I looked at it yesterday. It fits on your phone. It's very neat, very precise, very concise. Jay's doing some tweaking, Heather's doing some tweaking, so we're going to get it all finished up by the end of the year. And I promise you, of all the stuff we've done for you, great leads, great service, and all this stuff here, this is just one more thing to help you get what you do even better. Do you tell me also about the actual rate calculator video?
Oh my goodness! All right. Well, you tell them, Joe. Goodness. And turn. Don't forget that one. Who's on there? All right, everyone. I'm gonna leave. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We love you.
You wonder why I'm crazy, huh? Rate calculator's on there. All the agencies say, Joe, we can't download it to our phone. We got Android and all that stuff there. So once you download this simple app on there, it comes with a rate calculator on there and has all your prices. So just one step better to making you more efficient, better, making more money. So look forward to seeing it on January 1st. Okay, let's talk about, in conjunction with that there, what can we do to do some suggestive selling? This is what ends up happening, guys. You don't know what to talk about. You say, Joe, I go into a house, my mind only thinks about filing expense. Joe, my mind only thinks about Medicare Advantage. Well, what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you to get out of that tunnel vision that you've been in for such a long time and kind of start broadening up the peripheral visions to where when you're in a home, you're able to speak about many different things. Joe, I don't know about annuities. Learn them. Joe, I'm not signed up to do Medicare Advantage. Sign up. What ends up happening is I hear a lot of excuses. Joe this and Joe that. I don't have time for this. Joe don't have time for this here. Guys, this is the way I sit and think about it. If you spend 3 days preparing to start to take the Medicare Advantage test and another week or so to train and to test and to learn the stuff here, figure you're taking 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks out of your life to start something that's going to be a huge stream of income for you. It will open up a can of worms that you never knew existed. And once you start doing it, now you've got something else to be able to speak about when you're in somebody's house where you're going to make residuals for the rest of your life. When you sell an actual final expense policy, we make good money. Yet, you make the big share, the lion's share the first year. Then after that there, the commission goes down. Some carriers will give you a trail of 1 point after 10 years, but it goes down, down, down. Thing about this Medicare Advantage is that people want to talk to you about health insurance. People need health insurance. And in most areas, it's no monthly plan premium. It's no cost to the client. So they're willing to talk to you because they don't have to put their hand in their pocket to give you money. Different programs, different areas, different carriers. So you need to jump into the arena because what's going to happen, I'm telling you, your future, somebody's going to come behind you on the lead that your client sent in, that you thought they loved you, and Frankie Jones is going to come in and say, Ms. Jones, I see you have this carrier here. We have a chronic illness program that will give you this, much better than the one you have. And what happens now is that they take the Medicare Advantage from another agent and, by the way, do you have a final expense program? Yes, I do. The agent only did this, and this. Let me kind of show you what he should have done. Let me show you what I'm going to do to make sure that your family is prepared and taken care of when you pass away. I'm telling you it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. So I am telling every one of you, let's don't think no more. Let's kind of make a conscious effort and a conscious thought to take that giant step forward to start doing some different things for our business and our future. Now, when I talk about suggestive selling, I talk about just talking to people in general during your warm-up. Because what ends up happening is that you don't know if they're going to need an accidental program, they're going to need a grandchild program, if they're going to want a rider on their program. You don't know if they want a term or whole life. So what you need to do, you need to go into the house and kind of like give them a blanket statement of what you do, what you're there to do for them. Yes, maybe you sent this card in about filing expense. Those days have changed, guys. I used to do that. Filing expense only. Filing expense, no accidental, no this, no that, no Medicare Advantage, none of this here. It's just something we just didn't do. We didn't train that way. Last couple of years, I've been hitting it harder. Henry joined me January 1st. We're hitting it even harder. We've got a lot of new agents coming on. We're setting the world on fire. I'm very happy with our success and how we're progressing. to take care of agents, to show them the value of Medicare Advantage? You got to start talking. As Jack Skaggs says, you can't be a secret agent. You got to let people know what you do. If you don't let people know what you do, they're not going to be able to discuss it with you. And if they don't discuss it with you, they're not going to buy it from you. They may not need an accidental program, yet what you're doing is that you're getting your brain in a pilot position to where you know exactly what to do when something comes across your windshield. Yes, ma'am, we do health insurance, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements. We do standalone accidental programs. We do grandchild program. We do children. We do term. We do this. We do that there. By speaking with them and telling them that there's something may trigger in their mind at time of discussion or later on. I talked to a lady about 3-4 months ago. She called me up last week and said, Joe, you had said something about an accidental program, and I saw something. Can you tell me more about it? I said, certainly. She came by the office. We wrote her a little $100,000 Gerber policy here in Florida. Is $9.59. It's found money just by me running my mouth. Okay? Now, Joe, is there a proper way to do it? Joe, is there a correct way to do it? Well, I think there's always correct ways to do things and proper way to do things. Yet in the beginning, I want you just to let it come out. Just let it flow out. Even if you mess up, let it go. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to be smart this year. You're going to sit and do things different that you've never done before. What you're going to do is that you're going to bring out your phone and you're going to start recording yourself. You're damn right. I'm saying it again and again and again. You need to record yourself so when you're doing these things that are different, that are out of your comfort zone, what you're going to do, you're going to listen to what you sound like. You're going to listen to see if you have voice inflection, if you're making good transitions, if you're making and the ahs and the ohs, all those little words that you make when you're unsure where to go. You have to record yourself, guys. Because when you start recording yourself and listening to what you say, that is going to be your teacher helping you out on what to do. I promise you it'll make you better. Now, when you're suggestive selling to people, you're not going to be in a marathon race. You're going to go slow. You're not going to be jogging real hard. You're going to be walking at a steady pace to let them know the things that you take care of. But you all know if I'm going to remember that stuff there. On the back of your leads, put an actual cheat sheet. Turn your leads over. It's going to say mortgage protection, whole life, term, permanent policy, cash value, dental. Have it all written down. And they're going to look at you and going to go, man, you do a lot of things. Yes, ma'am, I do. Would you like to look at them? Hand it to them. Hand them that list that you have made up on the different things that you do. Let them hold it. Let them say, oh, I didn't know you did that there. Oh, I didn't know you did that there. By accident, you're going to make sales. Another suggestive selling, which is probably the hardest thing for us to do, and it takes time and it takes experience, is not to prejudge a house when you walk into it. Boy, howdy, Joe, they couldn't afford much, so I don't want to tell them one for $60 or $50 because she told me she couldn't afford it. She told me she's on a budget. She told me this, she told me that there. Okay? If you let them dictate your future, shame on you. You're all trained professionals. You're there to give them information, regardless of what they tell you. Share with them high. Let them buy what they want. Because what happens is that when you get in your mind, between those two ears, that brain you got, and you're telling yourself, oh, they can't afford much. I'm just going to show a wolf for $30 to make a sale. That's probably all I'm going to get. How in the hell do you know what they can afford? You don't know. They're telling you something because it's kind of like an offensive play for them to make you go on your defense, to back off, not to sell them a lot. Your job's to educate them. Your job's to let them know what is available and what is out there. Your job is to provide information, go over different programs and ideas with them, and then from there discuss with them which one they want. Lowest price, $50. Joe, they can't afford 50. You don't know. Okay? You don't know. It can always come down. Now, I'm going to give you a good example. Tuesday, clients come in the office, we're talking, husband and wife. I had written them a policy a while back. Husband comes in and says, Joe, my wife wants to get some life insurance, and I want maybe get a little bit also. Yet she probably has to go guaranteed issue because her health is not good. So, okay.
Jeff,
Yes.
so you gotta turn off your mark how to go back in your house. You have to turn off your alarm.
Okay, hold on, guys. Oh, Heather. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. 1 second, guys. My guy had to go in my house. I got to turn my alarm off. Hold on, man. I apologize. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Now, they come in. The man says, Joe, I need some insurance, but you're only going to get guaranteed issue. Now, where did he get that thought from, guaranteed issue? Okay. So I'm sitting there, and he said, I also want to get a little bit on me, but he says, it's probably going too high and I probably can't afford it. So what I do, and I'm going to recommend you to do, is take a soft step backwards, take a breath, and just think. Why did he say that? Now we got to go into the suggestive selling of kind of find out what's going on. We went over the entire history of his wife, the medications. Bless her heart, she brought in a list of medications she has. Really nothing wrong with her. She was on some anxiety medication. She was on some depression medication. She was on a diabetic pill. And he felt that was guaranteed issue. Ended up writing her one, and they couldn't afford much. This is the whole point of me talking about premiums. They couldn't afford much. Joe, we're on a budget. We really can't afford much. They already had each a $10,000 program. So in my mind, I'm saying, I wonder what they can afford. My mind is not going, they can't afford much. Let me show a little bit. So what I did, I went through my process, went through the whole 9 yards, showed them one for $20,000, which I believe was like $202. Okay, she ended up coming down and buying one for $101 a month. And I'm thinking, they couldn't afford much. We were at guaranteed issue. I wrote her an immediate issue with Roll Neighbors, did the phone interview right in my office. She said, Joe, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I did not think I can get immediate benefits. I said, ma'am, that's why you come to me. I'm an independent broker. I represent 26 different companies. I've got something for everybody. Your health in your mind may not be great, but yet I don't think it's bad. The insurance company feels that it's perfect. That's why we put you with Roll Neighbors and got you immediate benefits. He got up in the chair, he stood and he goes, Joe, you cease to amaze me. My head got a little bit big. My ego got a little bit blown up. And I said, I'm going to take care of you now. Went through him, and his health really wasn't that bad. So we ended up giving him a $25,000 term policy. That's what he wanted. So, suggestive selling equals give the client what they want. Everybody said, Joe, when you do final expense and it's for burial, you got to give them a permanent policy. Theoretically, you should. Theoretically, it's the one that makes the most sense because you got no idea when that day is going to come and you're going to be called to heaven. He already had one for 10. He wanted 25,000. Couldn't afford the whole life. He said, Joe, what about one of those other policies, a term or something? Bam, done. He was happy. When you're speaking with somebody, let them know that you are there to help them. Your health is bad, I got a program for you. I don't think I can afford it, I've got something that is affordable. I can't start it today, we can start tomorrow. Start practicing answers. I was coming to work today, driving down Fletcher Avenue, and I see a little girl walking down the street on her phone like this here the whole time. Walking down the phone with her phone in her hand, texting, walking down the sidewalk. Think about this. What if you were to use your text, use your phone to do personal stuff, play stuff, social media stuff, and work stuff? The new app we have coming out is going to be your work stuff. So when you're sitting at a light and you're bored, you don't know what to do, instead of going to Facebook or social media, I'm going to recommend you to start making some changes. Go to this new app. Start looking at different things. On the app, it's going to show you how far in advance you can draft somebody. On the top of my mind, Liberty Bankers and Life Shield, you can go as much as 60 days in advance to post-date their first draft. Those are the things you got to start learning because people like to reject what you offer unless it's something that they really, really want. Most time when people send in a lead guide, whether it's a paper lead, direct mail lead, a Facebook lead, a referral lead, a door knock, a data list, they're just curious on what you got. They're just a little bit nosy what it's going to cost. They're just kind of wondering what the premiums are going to be. So our job is to sit there and go slow. Tap those brakes. Let me draw you a picture of what we're going to do today. Let them know what you're going to do. Let them know everything you do is personal, private, and confidential. Let them know whatever you do is going to be the best for them. Let them know you do not work for one insurance carrier. You're an independent broker. You represent many companies, yet I represent you. You are first. I will find out what you need, what you want, what you can afford, and then I will find the carrier for you. Psychological, guys. You must make decisions for 2020 that you will take things to a different level. You're going to start doing things a little bit different. You need to reflect on what you've done in 2019 in the past. And if you feel that you're not doing what you should be doing, you need to have a talk with yourself and make a statement stating, I am not happy where I'm at in my business. I am not pleased with the rebuttals. I am not pleased with the outcome that has been I've had. I want to do better. And you got to sit and say, I have been messing up. I have not been doing it right. You got to admit it to yourself. Once you admit it to yourself that you're not pleased and you're not doing it the right doggone way, you're going to sit and say, it's time for a change. Joe, I can't change, Joe. I've been doing this for so long. Well, depends on the inner soul you have, how much of a change you want to make. I never liked knocking on houses next door. I was petrified. I didn't like asking for referrals. I felt uncomfortable. Okay? Once you start doing those uncomfortable things, getting out of your comfort zone and going into your faith zones, having some, come on Jimmy, come on in, having some guts to do what you got to do. Jimmy, Merry Christmas to your family. Okay. I want you guys to sit and have a serious talk with yourself. I want you to look in the mirror and have a contractual agreement between you, yourself, and I in that mirror. Talk to yourself and say, 2020 is different. Not wait till January 1st. You're going to start acting right now on different things and preparing for next year. Rome wasn't built in a day. You have your certain habits, you got to learn different habits. You got to make those slow transitions. You can't wait 16 months. Make those transitions and do different things. You need new carriers, get with Jay. You want different leads, get with Jay. You want anything, you call us. We're your one-stop shopping. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Jay loves you. Heather loves you. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you, your family, your loved ones, everybody that you guys are with. Happy and safe New Year's. Call us. Make it a great day, guys. Bye-bye.